Hi, this is Steve Clemons. I'm at WETA, and I'm about to go on the McNeil Lehrer show, but I am just received a call from Russ Feingold's people in the field, and I'm going to call them and record him here, and hopefully use this for a transcript later.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well, Senator. How are you?
Great, thank you. We're fine in the weather, but we're doing all right otherwise.
Yeah, I understand. Josh saw my blog post that paid tribute to the commercial you did, which I loved, which is, people are often just complaining about Washington and they're not suggesting anything. And, I know your record and what you've done for so long. So that's very square. And then he sent me this piece where Johnson had been talking about the fact that he would keep his criticisms about the war and whatnot private. And I found that astounding and wonder what you think.
Well, I have been trying to get people to realize what this guy said about his role as a senator would be on foreign policy for months. It's the most astonishing thing I've ever heard a candidate say, basically. He believes that any public discussion of an ongoing war by a member of Congress is grandstanding. And he says that he repeated this a number of times. He was told by not only Milwaukee paper, but Wausau paper and others. He says if he were elected, once a war started, that he would never publicly discuss any aspect of it. His concerns would be made private, very, very private to the administration. So the way I've tried to illustrate this to people, and people seem to realize how strange this is that would mean no town meetings back home where people get to express their concerns about the war continuing in Iraq or Afghanistan. You wouldn't comment on it. No discussions at editorial boards. So Wisconsin people have always been very concerned about the progress of wars, whether continuing a war is a good idea. He would cut them out. But it also means that he wouldn't attend public hearings of the Armed Services Committee, when the generals come, or the Foreign Relations Committee, when we talk to the Secretary of State, even public hearings of the Intelligence Committee. It means he wouldn't give speeches on the floor of the Senate about it. In other words, he doesn't even believe in our system of government, which was created as a system of checks and balances where the Senate is supposed to advise and consent on such matters. And in fact, it's the whole basis of our country's founding, is we thought there needed to be a check on executive power, and that should be through the people's elected representatives. So essentially, it is one of the most mindless things I've ever heard a candidate say. To me, it's a disqualifier on its own.